Hey guys, welcome to mun2 present Joe Jonas. Thank you so much for stopping by here at our mun2 casa at Universal.
Now, happy to be here.
Thank you. Now, you know, mun2 we're like all about like bilingual and bringing our two cultures together.
Yeah.
Which I was actually looking that you were born in Casa Grande, Arizona.
Yeah, it was.
Which is so crazy. Did you like, I don't know, grow up learning any Spanish?
Nothing that would impress you, but
Try me, just try me.
It's funny enough, I went back to, I was born in Casa Grande and then went and lived in Phoenix with my parents and we moved eventually. But I went back to the baby hospital that I was born at and they named the hospital after me.
Oh my God.
So there's a Joe Jonas, I guess, baby hospital out there, which is kind of incredible. So I have a plaque on my wall and it was, never thought it would happen, but it's kind of a cool thing to say that you have to your name.
So wait, the hospital's only named after you? What about your brothers?
They weren't born there.
Oh, okay.
They weren't lucky enough. I was the lucky one to get a hospital named after me.
That is intense. Well, like, I at least have to teach you a little bit of Spanglish now.
That's
so
fine.
at least you know how to say, I have my own hospital.
Absolutely.
So you could say, yo tengo my own hospital.
Hospital. Yo tengo my own hospital.
You're officially Spanglish. So this October was kind of like a big deal for you. You just released your, your first debut solo album. You kind of like, was like, hey bros, I'm gonna go do my own thing for a bit. Why, like, out of all the time did you decide to go solo, like, right now in your life?
I think you said it. Timing was everything. I wanted to be able to choose the right time to go and do the solo project when my brothers had other things going on for them too. And Nick, he's about to go to Broadway. My older brother, he's just recently married. He's getting his house together. So they have their individual projects they were focusing on, and doing the solo thing just seemed like the right thing to do at the time. So I've been very blessed to have support from the fans and make new fans and travel the world doing this project. You're
doing it all on your own. Were you like nervous? Were you like ready for it?
I definitely was, I think, ready. I was a little bit nervous the first show that I had, the first concert I got on stage by myself. That was a little bit scary, but once you got used to it, I was like, this is just a dream come true and this is what I love to do, so I don't want to do anything else.
Very cool, nice. All right, so you just ended, your big European tour with Britney Spears, Joe and Britney. That must have been like super gnarly.
That was crazy. I mean, a dream come true. You think about how successful Britney Spears has been throughout her career and growing up with her music and listening to her music for so many years, and now having the opportunity to get on stage and open up for her and play with her, it was a dream come true. I don't think I could have picked a better tour.
Now, of course, everybody now knows about the famous striptease that she gave you. Did you know that she was planning that at all? Was there like...
Well, because I heard that Pauly D, when he was on her tour, they did the same thing. Somebody mentioned it to me like, this might happen, like, this might go down, and I was like, all right. And the last day of tour, her boyfriend came up to me and asked me if I wanted to be the victim of Britney that night. And I was like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, getting on stage with her and she was gonna do the striptease. I was like, you can't really say no to that one. So I was like, sure, let's do it.
I would also be a little like scared. I'd be like, wait, dude, are you testing me? If I say yeah, or like you're gonna get like your minions on me or something?
Well, luckily I was like, it's more of the fact that you're doing it on stage. It's not like you're doing it like in a private room or anything like that. It's more like there's like 18,000 people watching you as you're sitting there in this chair like tied up. So that's a funny scenario.
So it's safe to say there was no stripteases behind closed doors. It was just on stage.
Oh, it's exactly what you saw. Sorry to disappoint you.
Nice. It's kind of crazy because as celebrities, you guys deal with like rumors coming up about you all the time. There's kind of like, it just comes with the territory. There's like no way to fight it off. Yeah. What has by far been like the craziest thing that you've ever read about yourself that you're like, really? Somebody went as far as to make that up?
The craziest thing I've ever heard about myself is probably that I was like, married to somebody or had like a kid or like...
You had a secret family too?
I know, that seems to be the trending thing right now. Of course, like the rumor me and my brothers we always deal with is the band breaking up. I think that's one thing probably every band deals with. And if you like take some time off, they go, oh, they're breaking up. So I think that's something that everybody runs with, but luckily I've been able to avoid a lot of the crazy ones.
So let's say I were to gather like some of your like closest friends and your family member and all, like, all right, tell me something about Joe. What do you think they would say? Like true Hollywood status?
Something that you don't know?
Yeah.
Hopefully that I smell nice.
Which
I'm
you
good
do.
with kids.
He does smell very nice.
I don't know. I guess my family and friends that probably would say that I love to have fun, and I feel like I'm on like a date show right now. I'm like telling you like.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, well, I like long walks on the beach.
Sell it, sell it. Well, you know, just more in the sense of like I've seen actors like you guys, and especially musicians and stuff, you guys always kind of have to be on, you know, when you're around press and stuff. It's just like the people that actually get to see you while you're off, like.
Yeah, I think it's not much different like with me. I'm a talkative guy. I'll talk about pretty much anything when somebody asks, interviews or not. Like I'm pretty comfortable with doing what I love, so I think if you don't have anything to hide, you're fine.
Nice, very cool. Now, I actually read not too long ago that you and your brothers, like before you went and got your own place, you guys were living in a house that you guys thought was haunted.
Oh, well, it was just me, actually. Me and my roommates. I had roommates at the time. And we lived in this house. It was in Los Feliz, and here in California. And the first coincidence and the first experience we had was my friend was staying in the house, and we were on tour or something, me and my roommates. We toured together. And so my buddy's staying in the house. It's like 4 a.m. He gets a phone call. The door knocks. There's police outside, and they're like, we got a phone call from inside the home saying like that somebody needed help. Named everybody that lived in the house, and it was just like help, help, help. And they're like, we're here to check and everything's okay. And they said it was a woman's voice. We don't have a house phone in that house.
That
so watch
is
out for those ghosts.
Freaking crazy. We actually we have a paranormal show on mun2. It's called From Beyond. Like, you should call AJ and Ramiro.
Let's go.
So like whenever you move into a new place, like they'll go and like clean it
That
for
freaks
you.
me out. Oh, they'll clean it out.
Well, clean it, yeah.
That's good. I need that.
I don't want to attract more ghosts to you.
My buddy, I think this is the problem. My friend, when I lived in that house, got a median, which is like somebody that goes in and and feels out the house and like tells you if there's ghosts in it. That just makes the ghost mad, I think. That's just gonna make him be like, no, like, why would you do that? All right, now I'm gonna really mess with you.
Would you be interested ever in like being a part of like a seance? Would you ever like do that?
Oh, wow. I'm gonna do everything I can to avoid ghosts for as long as I can.
So here, hanging out with Joe Jonas. You're not gonna go anywhere on me anytime soon, are you?
Maybe soon.
Oh, well,
I wanna go, there's rides here. I wanna go on some rides.
The Simpsons. So I heard that you throw down in the kitchen. I kind of know how to cook a little something, something. So,
yeah, I love to cook.
That being said, okay, let's say we're living in an imagination world right now, and we were like totally on a date, and you're like, I'm gonna cook for you, Crash, and I'm like, dope, Joe, and you're like, I'm gonna cook you blank. What would you throw down for me? Like, what would be like a fancy feast to reel the ladies in?
Well, are you allergic to anything?
No.
All right, then we're good. Do you eat meat?
I totally eat meat.
All right, good. Well then, I love making fish tacos, actually. And I've got a special recipe. So I think I would probably make you some fish tacos.
Well, you're not gonna share the special recipe?
I can't give away my special recipe.
Is it like a family
If I
secret?
give away my recipe, then people are gonna be asking you on dates all the time.
With your recipe?
Yeah, with my recipe. I'm gonna be mad.
Did you just start cooking like, cause you know you were like out on your own and kind of had to like feed yourself, or did like you spend time in the kitchen with your mom?
You know, it's funny. I grew up with a great cook, which was my mom. And then once I started living on my own, I started wanting to get into it. And like I wanted to cook for friends. I wanted to cook for my family. And over time, just started learning. And I had friends that were chefs. And now I just continue it.
So a lot of times, like people, I don't know, people always see celebrities as almost like non-humans. Like you forget that like you guys are like just like us, you know, like.
Yeah.
What do you do that maybe would surprise people that are like, wow, that just seems so normal? Like he does that. Like, do you ever like bid on eBay? Have you ever sold anything on Craigslist?
I have bid something on. I did bid for stuff on eBay like when I was younger, but.
Did people ever know that they were actually bidding against you? Did you, like, was your name Joe Jonas just feel like, nobody's ever gonna believe that this is me?
I think sometimes it's like when you start, like, that's one of the good things when you have like a Facebook or MySpace or something like that, nobody really believes that, like your friends never believe it's you. Because they're like, all right, sure, there's a bunch of fake ones out there or something.
Have you gone as far, like, this would be, like, dope, because you always see, like, fans will get some kind of, like, oh, I got Joe Jonas's gum, and then they sell it like on eBay for a bunch of money. Have you guys ever sold your own stuff? Like saying that you were a fan?
We've never done it as a fan, but like the craziest thing that somebody ever sold for charity-wise was some pieces of our hair, like to raise money, to see how much money they can get off of pieces of our hair. So somebody out there in the world has some hair of mine.
Wait, how did they get your hair? They
cut it like on live, on the radio. Like we cut off like a pretty good amount of hair.
Oh, so that you were aware of it. It's not like you were sleeping somewhere and
No. And they snuck in.
All right, very cool, because that would be a little weird. Just a little bit. All right, dude, well, thank you so much for coming down and hanging out and chatting. I'm sorry I made you feel like you were on a date show.
Oh, no, it's fine. I enjoyed it.
But if you ever do want a spicy Latina, we have a great show, 12 Corazones. You know, set you up with a fine feast of ladies.
Put me on.
All right, I just want to know one last thing. Everybody always has to go to, like, you know, if you were deserted on a deserted island.
Yep.
You pick up what I'm putting down. If you could only bring, you know, one album, one book, and one movie, what would they be?
I would bring The Alchemist. I would bring what album? I'd probably bring some Beatles album, probably the greatest hits. So it's nice and I hear them all because I love the music and one of the greatest bands. I would say, what movie? Four Feathers.
Really?
Yeah. Have you seen that movie before?
I have, with Heath Ledger, right?
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
With a reaction like that, I was hoping you'd say yes.
Well, no, it was cool because I wasn't expecting that. I don't think I've ever heard anybody be like, Four Feathers. That was a dope movie. All right, I dig it. All right, well, Joe, thank you so much. Take it easy and hit up The Simpsons first.
Absolutely, I'm on my way.
I'll be all over that. All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.